Hey, we had a local family on Wife Swap last night.
Yeah,
too.
we did. Yeah,
Did you watch that?
I watched Wife Swap. Yeah, I sure did. What a bizarre thing. Two interracial couples, and we flipped them so we end up with a black couple and a white couple. But after flipping them,
yeah, they were pretty miserable.
Oh man, were they ever? Two distinctly different people.
What's up with
one wanted to stay in bed, and the other one was. What's that?
This family's the local family, but. This mom goes to bed at 5 o'clock and just yells at people to bring her stuff.
I know it.
I've never
bring
seen
her all
like
her
in my
meals.
life.
Bring her. I know. It was like she was an invalid, honestly.
And she was like, oh man, she was ragging on that black guy so bad
something
about
huge, being a lazy ass, and that's why.
Well, basically saying that all black men are lazy asses,
right.
And that's why she married this white guy.
Right, exactly.
That was weird. I know. I'm amazed.
Strong stuff.
I'm amazed at how people throw around racial terms like that in this day and age. Of course, if you are
national TV
in a minority, you can get away with it.
Yeah, if the white woman said that would have been a little bit different.
She said some pretty tough stuff, too, but she's married to a black guy, so you can't call her a racist.
Yeah, but she did say a couple of things where my eyebrows went, whoa!
Well, you're treating the child like a slave, a black kid.
A boy slave,
And they went nuts about that, and I thought that kid I didn't like the way they treated that kid.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. I know, I couldn't believe when she called him that.
And she said that the guy was a bad role model, and I find that hard to argue with.
Don't give me that backtracking bullshit. That was a racist slur.
Man, that white guy, it was ridiculous. He spent no time with her kids. Zero.
No. Zilch.
Chauvinistic pig who wants to control every aspect of your wife's life. You are the very reason I married my husband.
Is this why you generalize all black men to be like that? Is that what you're saying? That's why you married a white man?
Yes, it is because you are a black man, because most of you think that way.
You are exactly the kind of person who makes this country the way it is in terms of race relations. You generalize, stereotype people. Do you know what I do when I meet a person? I judge them on their merits.
Chicken
it
done.
makes you look like an idiot yelling.
No. Chicken done. Gotta go. Your chicken ready.
Well,
I think he's a chauvinistic pig. He's a pig.
Well, you're a bit of a racist, I'm afraid.
You're not kidding.
How can, until people in these various minority groups stop throwing out the race card and making comments like this and getting away with it, there's going to be a lot of division, I'm convinced, in terms of the races. Because there's all this anger in the Caucasian community, quote unquote, when you see this stuff, you go, hey, wait, why can they do that? Why can she do that? I can't say anything. I can't even remotely express my feelings about race. And here's somebody just says, yeah, all you black men are alike. Yeah. And it's okay.
Yeah, and then climbs
into bed.
It's not okay. That just climbs in bed and goes, bring me my dinner.
God.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Well, somebody emailed in her phone number. Maybe we'll give her a call later. Yeah. Hey, Doreen from Wife Swap is on hold.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to her in a second. I want to find out, how does she get her family to bring her everything while she's in bed at night? I want that arrangement.
I know, waited on hand and foot.
Yeah.
Most of the time doesn't even say please, just says, bring me my dinner.
Well, you got to hand it to her.
She has everybody around her little finger. There's no doubt about it.
WIF and Dr. Roche want to put you in a suite for Motley Crue this Friday night. www.drroche. That's the Good Doctor's website if you're interested in, just about anything. Anything cosmetic, that is. And we'll take caller 34 right now. 313-298-WRIF. Mark and Mike hosting the suite for the Riff this Friday for Motley Crue. That show is doing really well, too. We'll get a winner in a minute. Let's see. Doreen, you there?
Yes, I am.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, now how did you like the way they edited the show, or did you feel like it was a fair portrayal of your experience?
It was a portrayal of something, but I don't know about my experience.
Really? No, it's not like how things are in real life?
No, it's not like that in my real life.
What's the difference?
I don't get weighted on hand and foot.
Oh, you do too. You must.
No, not a lot. No. Well, you know what? Like when I do come home and get in the bed.
Yeah.
Is because it's been a stressful day. I've been on my feet all day.
Yeah.
And wait a minute now.
Well, what about your husband? He's had some tough days. I don't see him in bed.
This is, I broke my ankle a couple of years ago.
Yeah, well, that's long since healed. Doreen, that's so healed now.
No, I've had 3 surgeries, thank you. I broke it in 3 spots, dislocated it, and I still have to wear an ankle brace for it. Okay?
Okay. All right. That doesn't mean you need to be bedridden.
No, I come home, I get in the bed, but that's not every day out of the week occurrence. That may be like one day that I've walked so much at work.
But now I did hear you say a couple things like, I am the boss, I run things around here.
That's right. You were pretty,
You're pretty adamant about that.
Yeah.
Well, when things don't go the way I want them, like my...
Yeah.
And that's when things don't go the way my husband wants them, he's yelling at me, too.
Yeah, but you don't pay any attention to him. You just squash him like a fly.
No,
things have to go the way you want them to go. But listen, I mean, if you can control everybody like that, that's great. I mean, and it works.
I was impressed. I want to know. I want to find out how can I get everybody to bring me stuff in bed.
Yeah, if I got home from work and I went right to bed and laid down and then told Trish, bring me a Coke and bring me dinner, I would be over. I would be so finished.
Well, and then that was my son doing that, right?
Yeah.
And we have my son. He gets paid $20 a week.
Yeah.
Well, shoot,
Well, I could pay Trish $50 a week and it wouldn't
but
work.
I still don't think it'll,
No, I could give Trish $100 a day and it would work.
I can barely hear you guys. I can barely hear you.
Oh, okay. So we were talking at the same time. Let me ask you about this. When you moved into the other house, it was a lot different, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of, interesting sociological elements to it. You kind of indicated that you had the experience of being married to a black man, and you felt that it was sort of a racial thing in terms of the way black men act around the house versus white men. Was that portrayed fairly?
The way, and I told them it was the way my one husband acted towards me, and he was, he was controlling. He was like, everything is mine. You do it this way, and that's the way he was with me.
Well, that guy was not the guy at the other house. He wasn't a real workhorse by any means. Yeah, I mean, you got on him and you got him moving a little bit, but he wasn't exactly kicking ass.
Yeah, but we were just talking about specifically when you made, was it accurate when you were saying that's why you married a white guy, because black men, you've had enough of them. You refer to them as a group that they have these particular characteristics, which angered him. Was that an accurate portrayal?
Because everyone keeps pointing that out. Did he get angered by the way what his wife said?
Well, I don't know. I'd rather just focus on, she's not here. Right. But if she was here, I would ask her the same thing.
Yeah. But honestly, do you feel that way, though? I guess you do, right?
Feel what way?
That black men just don't really do anything around the house.
I don't feel that way. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
It was that one particular husband.
Mm-hmm.
And when I generalize, I was really, when I speak, I'm speaking about that one man. Because that's the way he was.
What? I tell you, it did look like culture shock for you to move into that house because, my God, those kids are homeschool and all that. It was a lot. I liked your life a lot better.
And see, I don't, my sons, everyone, when she walked in my house, she goes, no, when my sons were that age, and it's the way it goes back to the way my mother raised me, the way her mother raised her, the way I raised my kids. When, I have a lot of stuff on my table, and I've always had stuff in my house, and she goes, no, all this has to be moved, because that's the way she raised her kids, to run around, jump like crazy people.
That was nuts. Yeah. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, that would drive me nuts.
My sons weren't raised that way. I keep stuff all over my table. Even when they were little, I never had to move a thing from them, because it's just me, how I am. And, my mother's the same way, my grandmother was the same way, and so on and so forth. It's how I was raised, and that's how it goes back to how she was raised with her family, how I was raised with my family.
Yeah, you hit him pretty good, too. You sit there and said, well, there you are watching football and having babies, just getting her pregnant over and over and over and over again.
And I heard one comment about one person who was like, she went in there and she just was like, she looked at his picture, and that all goes back to the way, the director and the producers that was there on location with me edited the whole thing. They were saying you just walked in and looked at his picture and goes, oh, he's black, and something like that. I was like, no, that wasn't the way that was. What I was looking at was that house in general. And this young couple, because she was 27, she started having kids at 17.
Ooh,
from
the
age of 2 to 9, and only thing she knows is to have kids and take care of her husband and make sure he's happy and forget about.
Wow, how one-sided.
What I was trying to point out was, she could have needs of her own also and still take care of her family. And you're like, you guys are saying, oh, she just lays up in bed. No, I don't lay up in bed. And I want, my friends, my family. No, I work hard in my house to make it what it is. I'm not going to sit around and let my sons just not do anything. They have chores and they do clean up during the week. On Sundays, I clean my whole house up. Every bedroom, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
Now, you don't delegate. You clean it yourself?
I clean myself because I don't like the way other people clean. So if I don't like it, I do it myself.
Yeah.
Now, are you spending more time with the kids today? Because it seemed like that was something that might come out of it, was that you guys would do more as a group.
You know what? And see, that's what we kept trying to tell. They was like, well, did Lachelle bring that to you? No. And my friends, when we were at the theater, my girlfriends was like, why are they keep saying you don't spend time with your family? My one girlfriend, she tells me, she goes, you guys are the perfect family to me because they didn't show us. We go to the movies all the time. We don't have to spend time in the house to be with each other. We go out to dinner. We go out to the movies. We go out, always go to like the Renaissance Festival. We go, we'll take a trip to Chicago.
Boy, they did that at this show because Doreen talks a lot more than she did on the show.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
I'm going to let everybody know, it was reality TV. We knew what we was getting into. We knew what they were going to portray.
Hey, do they ask you on those shows, I'm always curious of that, do they ask you to do certain things? Do they set up any certain scenes?
So y'all just let me talk. This is the way they did. Okay. They was like, well, Doreen, can you, and it was, can we stop it? Can you say it this way? I'm like, do you want me to say it the way I'm going to say it, or do you want me to say it the way you want me to say it? And they looked at me. Well, he looked at me because the director was so pissed because I was like, how do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. So how do you want me to say it?
Well, that's ridiculous. You would think that, I always thought that they would just try to capture the situation as it is, but
with like a hidden camera.
Yeah, and if they have a goal in mind to portray you a certain way that you're not even aware of, then certainly they're going to try to change the inflection of how you're saying something.
And everybody was like, well, Doreen, it came out of your mouth. At one point, you got sick of them saying, no, can we stop?
Had to dump Doreen there.
And that's the way it was. It was like, I don't care. On the first day when I walked into my job, when they first was filming me at my job, they was like, is everything okay? It's just the first day. And my boss was like, you look pissed. I was like, I'm sick of this crap already. And that's the way it was, And, because when I asked them when we were going into the stereotype of black men and everything, I asked them at that point, I was like, I do not feel this way. I do not want you to portray me that way. And I said, and I think that's the way you're going. And it was like, oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I said, this is not all about us.
Hey, I want to know something, Doreen, before you continue, and I know you're going to continue. Do they? I always wonder why, like the other wife swap show, each couple makes $50,000, or each family. Do you get paid anything for doing that show?
We do get paid, but for some reason they don't want us to discuss it.
Is that right?
Huh?
Because I couldn't figure out why anybody would do the show if they didn't get paid.
We weren't doing no show just to be doing it now.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people.
Oh, no. Hell
but I think people
there's
think
there's a lot of people that would do that for nothing because a lot of people just want to get on TV. Let's face it. They'll do anything.
No, somebody's going to have to pay me, and I'm like, I'm not going through, especially going through what I went through. That house was so, and they say she clean. They said she was a housewife that clean.
House is skank.
Y'all didn't even see half the crap that was in that house. The ceiling fan, when he was dusting that ceiling fan, it was a cake of dust just coming off him. They had like...
Oh, God almighty, what a skank.
And you know what? And when we were walking in the house, there was a dirty diaper in the corner.
No!
Yes, it was.
Oh,
and
my God.
And I asked for some disinfectant just to wash my hands because one of the guys, you had one person that followed you around just to make sure you don't say nothing to nobody else or talk bad about the show like I'm doing now. But he said he was so happy to come to my house because every countertop you touched was so nasty. And did you see that microwave?
Yeah.
In my room, I asked them, and see, the rule changes, we didn't make up the rules either. They gave me the mop bucket. Everything was playing. I'm not going to have no tea party.
So that's all. See, more and more I think these shows are rigged. All of them. I'm starting to believe they're all rigged.
Yes, it is. And can I tell y'all one thing?
Sure.
You know the lady that was on there with the lesbian?
Yeah.
I'm suing them about that one.
Oh, really? No. What was she unhappy about?
Because she was, how she is, and she did not want her daughter in that environment. She said she is suing. She's talking about suing them.
Well, there was horrible what happened. I mean, the other family was so the opposite. I mean, there was all this disapproval.
Yes,
and
because she said wife swap with a husband and wife.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, man.
I'm just telling all the stuff.
So I love it. Finally, somebody's spilling a little bit on this.
Yeah, this is great.
And me and the husband, you see how we got?
Yeah.
Me and him would discuss what we were going to say the night before.
Really? Is that right?
Yes. We would sit down and have wine and drink. He goes, oh, I like that line, Doreen. I was like, yeah, didn't you like it?
No
wow.
kidding.
See, I'm telling you.
Not what I didn't think it was that. I thought there was some changes and some editing, but I had no idea it was that fake.
When we did it, we told them, my husband was like, Doreen just doesn't come home. Doreen cooks twice a week. I cook twice a week. You know, my oldest son was like, oh, I like, he likes to cook tacos, so he'll cook. My 12-year-old, he's not getting near a stove. We're a little scared for him sometimes.
Yeah. But these shows have a formula, though, when you look at them. Every time, there's a certain thing that they do, and with wife swap or
one other thing?
Yeah, sure.
One of the girls on the show quit working with me that week.
She did? Why?
Did not. She was a black female, and she told me, she was like, I did not like the way the show was going, and she quit. They had to bring another associate producer on.
Oh, because she's unhappy the way it's getting so scripted and planned out.
She told me how, and I asked them, I said, is this how you guys are portraying the show? And they told me no.
Well,
I said, this is not about how me and my family is.
So that's why she quit, because she felt like you were getting screwed over?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She quit.
Well, they always try to find people that are the opposite. They put them together. They bring up the rules, and then the other side that doesn't want to conform to the rules. That's every show is the same. I'm not going to do that. And there's always the dissension, and then in the end, everyone loves everybody, and they separate.
And see, another thing they took out? That wife, she was... Oh, and they took me to their church. It was cold. Anyway, all their friends had 5 babies or more. One lady had 8 kids in that church. Her oldest one was 20, and the youngest one was in her belly. And I said, what is going on here? All her kids. Her best friend is also married to a black man, and they have 5 sons and 1 daughter, and they keeping up with each other.
Wow, it's like a church of lots of babies.
Hold on. Here it is. They didn't tell you about the food sharing. They food share. If they get hungry, because they can't, her husband only makes a certain amount of money, and if they get hungry, they will go from neighbors to get food to bring back to their kids, and they want more kids. They cannot afford the kids they have.
I know, isn't that so often that's the case with people? How many times does that happen in life, People that have kids, they can't afford it, and they get pregnant again. It's like, what are you thinking?
Hey, wait, since Doreen is telling it like it is, I got to know, Doreen, when the other mom called your son Rashid a slave, was that her saying that, or was she told to say that?
I don't know. Me and her really haven't talked a lot about it because, like I said, me and him, we still conversate. We still,
You seem like a nice guy.
I even sent her kids care packages.
Oh, good.
With food and stuff in it, and because I was like, they are less fortunate than we are.
They're cute kids.
Yeah, and we send them. We're sending them like care packages with canned goods and dry goods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everybody's making me out to be such a meanie. Ooh, she said this. Ooh, my girlfriends was all cracking up because they were like, ooh, she said she doesn't have a maternal bone in her body. You know what? And all of my friends, the only maternal bones I have, because my babies, my 2 sons, are my heart, my soul, my life.
Oh, they seem like good kids.
Yeah, and they are very good kids. But
I couldn't believe she would call him a slave. That just seems so.
That blew my mind.
Did you read the newspaper? Because my father, when I was younger, he was like, he paid me, like $15 a week to go and get whatever. So I was like, my oldest son, because he works at the Imagine Theater in Canton. So he has a job. And I want to instill responsibility to them that they're not going to get anything for free in life.
Well, people are making it too easy, I think.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Yeah. So, he's like, he wants to make money. And, and I can get up off my fat ass and go get it myself. Yes, I can. But he was like, I'm paying him $20 a week. week. Yeah, you know.
Well, it looked good. I mean, that whole business of being in bed at 5 o'clock. I mean, you look very relaxed. I'd like to pull that off.
You know, after I get finished cooking and we eat together, you know, and my husband, because in my family we didn't eat together. My husband wants us to eat together. He's the one that wants everybody to sit down and eat. My husband, but my kids was like, I don't want to eat now. Nobody wants to eat, but he wants us all to eat. So. You know, and my husband, you know, and I said, no, I really wear the pants in the family. But, you know, whoever controls the money is the person that controls the family, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, my husband, he's the one, because sometimes he gets the, you know, I just let it go. I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it no more. It's your way. You got it. Let's move on to another subject.
Hey, Doreen, we got to run, but this has been very enlightening. I mean, you really, a lot of things that I always wondered about.
I'm starting to think all these shows are fake.
You know, like I said, I got to tell you one more thing.
Okay.
They gave me $50 to go grocery shopping for that whole family.
What? $50?
$50 for the week. And everything I had to buy was no name. Right?
Yeah, generic.
There was only one thing that we bought that wasn't no name, and I kept asking kids. I said, "You sure this is what your mother buy?" It was for the dog, Alpo. I said, the dog is better than the people.
$50.
That's ridiculous.
Hey, Doreen, it was fun watching you on the show, but it's even more fun talking to you this morning. I appreciate your time, and I thought you came out okay at the end. It was some tough editing, but it was fun talking to you.
Thank you, and I'm glad I got to talk to you too.
All right, well, tune us in 101.1.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She's funny. Boy, is that illuminating,
isn't it? Though,
yeah. Well, they've had a few Michigan families. I remember they had the Taylor family.
Yes, absolutely.
And they didn't get a great portrayal either. Those teenage girls.
Oh no, they got. Oh, that was bad.
Wailed on it. I don't know. I always think the stuff's coming out of the people's mouths, so they're saying it, but. I mean, the idea that they would stop the show and tell her to say something a certain way, that's crazy.
And then the two of them sit down and talk about it a day ahead of time and what they're going to say the next day and come up with some good lines. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, man, we already know about Simple Life and what a joke that is and how scripted that is. But I think a lot of these things, wife swap, trading spouses, Survivor in some ways, Bachelor. I mean, each of those shows, there's such a pattern to those shows. Everybody says the same things every episode. It's just you just switch the people that are on it, but the results are the same. Everything's the same.
Like you said, the Simple Life, the producers had to come out and admit that the contents of that urn that was knocked over weeks ago when they were working in the field was kitty litter and something else. That it obviously wasn't ashes, of course,
because people. Contacted Fox or appalled because
pissed,
I can't believe that. Well, I thought everybody knew that show was really put on, but apparently not.
The good reality shows are the ones that admit like that they're giving them stuff to, like the Real World or the Surreal Life, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it makes sense though that these producers would want people to say certain things or do certain things just to keep the show lively. Because if you're just filming people, it can get rather boring real quick, I'm sure.
You gotta remember, they have to come up with an hour in 2 weeks, whereas opposed to some reality shows like The Real World has 6 months to come up with so many episodes.
Hey, this is funny, Bridget email. Oh, my Lord, I work with Doreen. It's true. She always bitched about how much she hated black men. I wish I'd looked at this. As for working hard, what a joke. She might show up for a couple hours a week, then go home and complain about how hard she has it. She's bossy and in your face. I wish I'd read this one, Doreen.
She's a dictator, and so don't let her snow you.
Here's Nathan writes in. It's nice that she's still